John 16. The Helper strengthens, sorrow turns to joy, and peace is found in overcoming. Yehovah, prepare us to endure offense without falling away. Give us strength to trust you when sorrow is loud. Anchor us in the peace Yeshua gives, not the peace the world pretends. Yehovah Nissi. Yehovah is our banner, our covering and victory in conflict. Exodus 17, verse 15. John 16 teaches that victory will not feel easy, yet it is real and secure. John 16, verse 33. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity, echad, with himself, and you shall act upon your love, ahava, to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, hey, vav, hey, hand, behold, nail, behold. John chapter 16. I have told you these things so that you won't be caught by surprise. They will ban you from the synagogue. In fact, the time will come when anyone who kills you will think he is serving God. They will do these things because they have understood neither the Father nor me. But I have told you this so that when the time comes for it to happen, you will remember that I told you. I didn't tell you this at first because I was with you, but now I'm going to be with the one who sent me. Not one of you is asking me, where are you going? Instead, because I have said these things to you, you are overcome with grief. But I tell you the truth. It is to your advantage that I go away. For if I don't go away, the comforting counselor will not come to you. However, if I do go, I will send him to you. When he comes, he will show that the world is wrong about sin, about righteousness, and about judgment. About sin in that people don't put their trust in me. About righteousness in that I am going to the Father and you will no longer see me. About judgment in that the ruler of this world has been judged. I still have many things to tell you, but you can't bear them now. However, when the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all the truth, for he will not speak on his own initiative, but will say only what he hears. He will also announce to you the events of the future. He will glorify me because he will receive from what is mine and announce it to you. Everything the Father has is mine. That is why I said that he receives from what is mine and will announce it to you. In a little while, you will see me no more. Then, a little while later, you will see me. At this, some of the Talmudim disciples said to one another, what is this that he's telling us? In a little while, you won't see me. Then, a little while later, you will see me. And I am going to the Father. They went on saying, what is this little while? We don't understand what he's talking about. Yeshua, the Aleph and the Tav, knew that they wanted to ask him, so he said to them, Are you asking each other what I meant by saying, in a little while you won't see me, and then a little while later you will see me? Yes, it's true. I tell you that you will sob and mourn, and the world will rejoice. You will grieve, but your grief will turn to joy. When a woman is giving birth, she is in pain because her time has come. But when the baby is born, she forgets her suffering out of joy that the child has come into the world. So you don't indeed feel grief now, but I am going to see you again. Then your hearts will be full of joy, and no one will take your joy away from you. When that day comes, you won't ask anything of me. Yes, indeed, I tell you that whatever you ask from the Father, he will give you in my name. Till now, you haven't asked for anything in my name. Keep asking, and you will receive, so that your joy may be complete. I have said these things to you with the help of illustrations. However, a time is coming when I will no longer speak indirectly, but I will talk about the Father in plain language. When that day comes, you will ask in my name. I am not telling you that I will pray to the Father on your behalf, For the Father himself loves you, because you have loved me and believed that I came from God. I came from the Father and have come into the world. Again, I am leaving the world and returning to the Father. The Talmudim disciples said to him, "Look, you're talking plainly right now. You're not speaking indirectly at all. Now we know that you know everything and that you don't need to have people put their questions into words. This makes us believe that you came from God." Yeshua, the Aleph Tav, answered, "Now you do believe, but a time is coming, indeed it has come already, when you will be scattered, each one looking for himself, each one looking out for himself, and you will leave me all alone. Yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. I have said these things to you so that united with me you may have shalom. In the world you have trials, but be brave. I have conquered the world." What is the Hebrew word that encapsulates this chapter? Nechamah. Comfort that strengthens, not comfort that sedates. Help that sustains in pressure and turns sorrow toward joy. John 16, verses 20 to 22. Yeshua chapter flow. Yeshua warns persecution is coming, and some will claim they serve God by opposing the disciples. He explains the purpose of the warning, so we do not stumble when suffering begins. He speaks of his departure, sorrow fills the room. He promises the Helper, the Spirit will come and do decisive work in the world. The Spirit will convict concerning sin, righteousness, and judgment. The Spirit will guide into truth, speak what he hears, and glorify Yeshua. Yeshua speaks of sorrow turning into joy, like labor turning into birth. He promises direct prayer and the Father's love toward those who love him. He ends with a final anchor: tribulation will come, and he has overcome the world. Core theme: John 16 is the shepherd elder preparing his people for a world that hates truth. He does not promise an easy path. He promises the helper and real peace. The chapter insists sorrow is not the final word, overcoming is. How can we learn to love Yehovah with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength? We can love Yehovah by refusing to fall away when opposition arises. Endurance is a form of loyalty. Love Yehovah by relying on the Spirit's help daily, not merely our discipline and willpower. Love Yehovah by praying directly to the Father with clean motives aligned to Yeshua's mission. How can we learn to love our neighbor as we love ourselves and as Yeshua loves us? Strengthen believers under pressure with truth and presence, not shallow motivational talk. Speak correction gently. When someone is drifting, love does not watch people fade. Help others interpret suffering correctly, not as abandonment, but as a battleground where faith is refined. How can we bear one another's burdens? Carry sorrow with others without panic. Steady intercession, steady companionship. Help others name the Spirit's conviction without shame. Conviction is rescue, not rejection. Remind each other of the overcoming promise when circumstances feel like loss. What are the top 3 fruits of the Spirit found in this chapter? 1. Peace, shalom. A settled strength rooted in Yeshua's overcoming, not in circumstances. 2. Faithfulness, emunah. Endurance that refuses to fall away when pressure intensifies. 3. Joy, shimcha. Sorrow does not win. Yehovah turns grief toward birth and gladness. What is the mitzvah response, Torah-based? Deuteronomy 6, verse 5. You shall love Yehovah your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Command. We will love Yehovah by remaining faithful under pressure, praying with trust, and following the Spirit's leading. Hebrew declaration. Yehovah chazach otanu yeh-ho-VAH sona u chesed chatzor gadol shelech et hamanachem ve-chafach et ovalanu le simcha be Yeshua. Yehovah, strengthen us when the world hates, and when sorrow is great. Send the Comforter and turn our mourning into joy in Yeshua. One sentence summary: the Helper comes, sorrow turns to joy, in trouble we stand in peace. Now, after having read the chapter and going over it, here are some heart-piercing questions. Where are we most valuable to falling away under pressure or offense? Another: are we relying on the Spirit daily or trying to endure by sheer will? Another: what sorrow are we carrying that Yehovah wants to transform into lasting joy? Another: where do we need to interpret conviction as rescue instead of shame? Another: are we praying directly to the Father with clean motives or using prayer as control? Another: what would peace look like today if we truly believed Yeshua has overcome? Lastly, who near us needs strengthening so they do not stumble, and how will we help? We'll end with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he'll provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you, set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shalom, shalom.